Okay, so the next section I want to talk about is one of the most near and dear to my hearts of sections in all of this course. It's about incentive marketing, and it's providing incentives for people to either buy from you directly or to promote you to other people. Some of the methods are more obvious and some are a little bit less, but the category itself I think will be one of the most useful to your business. So you should definitely think about how to work it into your marketing and sales strategy. The most obvious form of incentive marketing, and it is directly to the buyer, is offering discount sales on what you're selling. 30% off, 30% off these specific goods that you really want to sell the most. Either it's a new product or a product that you've had for too long. Buy one, get one free. Buy three, get one free. So it has an immediate call to action, and it provides an incentive because this promotion will not be happening forever. So it's important not to always be having sales on your products. People who regularly see your storefront or your campaigns should recognize that sometimes you're more expensive, and then sometimes you're not. Stores in the mall, for instance, are really about this. If you always know that this store in the mall has some sale going, you're not going to buy at normal price. But if the sale only comes once a year, well, you better buy now. When it's available. Then, there's another way, which is the drive to get repeat business, not just sell a specific product now. The best example I could think of is starting a restaurant. One of the best practices for starting a restaurant that I've ever heard is the 3-visit rule. And what that means is if you can get a customer to come to your restaurant 3 times, usually you can know that they will be a long-term customer. There's a lot of data that backs this up. If they come the first time, it's only a 30% chance that they'll come again. And if they come the second time, there's a 40% chance that they'll come again. If they come the third time, it's like a 70% chance that they'll come again. And beyond that, it sort of stays consistent. People stop coming for all kinds of reasons, but inducing them to fall into the habit, to start thinking of this as one of their home choices, it provides a form of consistency for your business. And incentive marketing is the way to make sure that the second and third and fourth visit happen. And how it works is when somebody new comes into your restaurant, a new table, you walk up to the table and you say, who hasn't been here before? This person, and this person. Let's say it's one person at the table. It's a 4-top and there's one person at the table. And so you give everybody green napkins, but the person who hasn't been here before, you place a red napkin. They probably won't even notice the difference. But your wait staff will know and will remember that when they see the red napkin, maybe it's a good idea when they're leaving to say, if you come back next time, I'll make sure you get a free lunch or a free entree. And so maybe you give them a business card with free entree written on the back. So the rest of the table sees that, it's a good idea for you to give this first-time customer a business card. And then you say, hey, look, if you see on the back, you see I've written in my own hand that it says free entree for this customer when they come back. And so they will come back again. And they'll give you that card. And so when you see that card, you know it's their second visit. And so then you say, oh, great to see you again. Thank you for coming again. I hope you'll come again. Next time you come, remember, a free dessert on me. So it's a little bit less. You've offered something more the first time because entrees are more expensive than desserts. But still, they have a higher percentage of coming back. And they know that they're going to get that free dessert. So maybe the third time they come back with a date. And they're going to have coffee and desserts together. And so this is the third visit. And you make sure that that service is excellent every time. Now, beyond this, it's probably a good idea just to assume that you've hooked them because you don't just want to be giving away free product forever. but you still treat them with the same courtesy every time that they come, and that's the 3 visits that you were hoping for. Then, if you're a different kind of company, there's sign-up promotions. Phone companies will oftentimes give you a free phone if you sign up for a 2-year contract, because they know they're going to be getting $50 a month for you to be with them, plus there'll be overages, plus there'll be times when you'll spend too much on your phone. And there may be other incentives for the phone company, but they will give you a free piece of hardware, which costs them much less than they're already selling it to make. And once you have it, you're tied to that brand. Shaving companies, Gillette, for instance, gives you the free shaving stick. When I turned 18, I received a free shaving stick in the mail from Gillette. And I was like, wow, it's like a $12 value, because if you go to buy a new shaving stick, it's about $12 bucks. But now, there's only one type of blade that attaches to the end of that shaving stick. It's going to be the Gillette blades, the Gillette Fusion blades, and those are $3, $4 a piece. And they know that if you already have the stick, you're much more likely to buy those blades in the future. Another one is the games that you find on your phone. You play the game, they give you the game for free. You can play the game forever for free. But now that there's options, if you want this special player, if you want this special weapon, if you want this special advantage, or to get into this much greater, funner area of the game, all right, you got to pay $29.95, $49.95. I've seen a $99 value on a game. And I've personally known people who work on the back end of these games, and some people spend thousands of dollars on features for the game. Well, back in the day when you used to buy a PlayStation, you'd pay $50 for the game and then you just do the work to get deep into the game. This model is much more profitable for the video game company. And it's a much more profitable concept of incentive marketing. You let them in for easy, and then if they really want to make it wonderful, you charge them to come much deeper. Then there's loyalty programs. Credit cards offer flyer miles. Gas stations offer punch cards for a free coffee after you've come 10 times. Well, most likely you're also going to buy your gas there and maybe buy a pack of cigarettes. Or maybe if you're familiar with the people who work there, you also come there for a snack. Or when you're just driving around to clear your head at night, maybe you stop at this gas station. It's the one that you know. A punch card is a great idea because it makes you come 10 times. And you remember that it's in your wallet. And once you have 3 or 4 punches, you are loath to throw it away. It becomes something you really want to achieve. Starbucks is real good about this. I went to Starbucks 10 times and got a free mug one time. I loved that experience. And then if you run the numbers, they profited 5-fold what I spent. Coffee cost how much? 50 cents to make. And then they charge $4, and then I buy 10 of them, so that's $35 variable profit. And then the mug cost them $1 to make, but I was determined to get that mug. I still have that mug. And it says Starbucks on it, and so I remember Starbucks all the time. They have another program where you download an app and then you load digital currency onto that app. And you can only use that digital currency now with this product, but you get other rewards for doing it. It reminds you to come back. It makes you feel closer to the brand. Disney does this also with Disney dollars. You go to Disney and you replace actual dollars for Disney dollars. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. The only advantage is when you're there, you feel a little bit closer to the theme park in the organization. But you're not going to take those Disney dollars and spend them somewhere else. Kids love it. You put Disney dollars in the hands of a kid, they see Mickey Mouse on the front of the dollar, it's a great experience. Maybe they offer you 10 Disney dollars for $9, but you're stuck with them. And then the final example of direct incentive marketing is Amazon Prime. You can sign up for 30 free days of Amazon Prime. And you get a complimentary subscription to Amazon Videos. They have all kinds of shows. And they give you discounts on other services. They offer you Amazon Prime shipping, which is much shorter shipping process for free for a whole month. It gets you into the habit of using it. You're much more likely to buy products then. You're much more likely to become hooked on their video network. You're much more likely to become appreciative of the perks. To speak of video games, there's a game that I play right now that when you sign up for Amazon Prime, you can get a free character in the game. It's a great character. I'm so happy to have it. I actually have a reminder in my phone to cancel my Amazon Prime subscription just before I have to start paying for it, but I did sign up. And crowdfunding works this way too. You sign up for the crowdfunding. You look at the crowdfunding campaign, and oftentimes when you donate this money, you get a little something back. One of the products that they're hoping to make, or a commemorative trophy of some sort, or an autograph, or something like this. Some reason that makes giving your money to a charity just a little bit sweeter. So then there's third-party incentive marketing. And what you want to do with third-party, and if you're a business and you want to think about who your target customer is, so who has access to that kind of customer? Let's say that if you want to target students with a certain type of educational product, or let's say, you're offering courses. You teach guitar lessons, and you want students to see that you teach guitar lessons. Well, the place that has the most access to them is schools. So maybe you give some of your profit to the school administrator, so he lets you come in, or she lets you come in and post your flyers around the school. Some people might call that a bribe. I don't call it a bribe. I call it incentive marketing. Also, you got to think about maybe women are very close to their beautician, whoever does their nails, because they sit with them for a couple hours and they're talking about all kinds of things. A real good example of this is a flower shop. There's a flower shop on my house, and I tried to recommend this to them. I don't know if they ever did it because I stopped going there, but I would get my coffee there. And I told them, I said, why don't you talk to the beauticians, the beauty care providers in your neighborhood, and say to them, give them a stack of your business cards. The way that they do it in Las Vegas for clubs. Give them a stack of your business cards, and you just make sure that you give these business cards out to your customer whenever they're talking about having a celebration, an event, a birthday, a graduation, an anniversary, whatever. And whatever reason you want to buy flowers. Women buy flowers for other people a lot, for their offices, for their children. Men buy flowers on certain events. So how can you target men? Well, a way to target men is a little bit more difficult because men they're not so frequently anywhere. But offices is a great way to target both men and women. You just want to get your name in there, and then when some business is done on the back of a business card, 15% goes back to the incentive marketeer. And then the best way that I know of to consider third-party incentive marketing is the club system in Las Vegas. I did this job before. We were part of a team, and we would go out and we would network with all of the employees in Las Vegas. We'd get to know everyone who works in Las Vegas, and we would talk to people on the strip who are in there. We would talk to hotels, make sure that our information was shared with new guests. We would talk to taxis, anything you can think of to get in touch with the tourist who is in the city. And you could think of the casino or the club owner as enlisting us as third-party incentive marketers. And then we would go and enlist other people. And every person we brought in, it depends on the type of event we were promoting, but every person we brought in, whether it's young executive or beautiful woman or young person of a certain age or something like this, every person that we brought in, we would get a check by our name. And if you got 15 checks in a night, then you would get a huge bonus. So 15 was always your goal. Few people ever got there, I almost always got there. And this is a way that, they make sure that people find out about their club, are drawn into their club, and will spend much more money than they paid us. One of the logics of the club is if you focus exclusively on beautiful women, then the men will follow them. The men will spend money on them. And so we would go up to groups of girls that we would see, and we would say, you get free drinks tonight. Here's a copy of my card. Can I get your phone number? And they would give us their phone number, and we would text them 3 or 4 times a day. Hey, don't forget to come. And it was a format text, so we would cut and paste it, cut and paste it, cut and paste it. And then, we would delete their phone numbers after the night was over, usually. And so this is just a way to generate focused marketing. It generates word of mouth, and it also generates product awareness, and it also generates specific results for either a specific date or a specific reason. There's nothing more powerful than word of mouth marketing. So targeting people's friends or confidants or professionals that cater to them or organizations to which they are regularly affiliated, and offering a reward to whoever's in charge of those institutions or those individuals is a very sharp way to get business, because it's only when results happen. Share the profit, share a piece of the pie, and your pie will get much bigger. Good luck.